Have you ever noticed that you seem to be moving slower than you used to? Perhaps getting out of bed feels like a bigger challenge, or even a simple walk around the block leaves you more tired than it should. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Aging brings changes, but here's the good news. You don't have to accept them as your new reality. Take someone like Carol, for example. At 72, she began noticing that her legs weren't moving as quickly as they once had. She'd always been independent, but recently she found herself hesitating before taking the stairs, or needing to hold on to furniture just to stay balanced. This scared her, as she didn't want to lose her freedom. She thought slowing down was just part of getting older, something she had to accept. But was that really true? The answer is no. It's never too late to regain your strength and energy. You don't have to accept a life of limitations just because the years are passing by. Today, I'm going to share 5 simple yet powerful practices that can help you move better, feel better, and enjoy life with more confidence. These aren't complicated changes, and in fact, they're easy to start today. By the end of this article, you'll be inspired to take action because the last 2 tips I'll share are absolute game changers. The goal is not just to add years to your life, but to add life to your years. You deserve to wake up each day feeling strong and capable. So stay with me as we dive into the first step toward reclaiming your energy and mobility. Understand what's really happening to your body. Aging doesn't mean you have to stop moving. It simply means your body is changing, and you need to change how you care for it. Many people assume that feeling stiff, weak, or slow is the natural course of aging. But in reality, much of this decline comes from inactivity rather than age itself. Let's go back to Carol. The more she avoided movement, the weaker her muscles became. The weaker her muscles got, the more difficult movement became. It was a cycle that made her feel even older than she was. But when she finally decided to take action, things began to change. The truth is, your body is built to move. The moment you stop moving regularly, your muscles weaken, your joints stiffen, and your energy levels drop. Think of it like a car that sits in the garage for months without being driven. The engine struggles to start, the tires lose air, and the battery dies. Your body works the same way. The less you move, the harder it becomes to move. But the opposite is also true. The more you move, the more your body responds with strength and energy. Start small. If walking long distances feels overwhelming, begin with a short walk around your home. If you feel stiff in the mornings, stretch before getting out of bed. If stairs seem intimidating, practice stepping up and down on a single step. These little movements might not seem like much, but they add up quickly. Carol started by walking just 5 minutes a day. Within weeks, she noticed her legs feeling stronger, her balance improving, and her confidence growing. You are never too old to rebuild strength and mobility. Your body is resilient, and it will respond to what you do every single day. Movement is not just an option, it's a necessity if you want to maintain your independence. Stop accepting. Fatigue is normal. Another common issue that sneaks up with age is feeling constantly tired. You might wake up in the morning and still feel drained by afternoon. All you want to do is sit down and rest. And by evening, even though you haven't done much, your body feels exhausted. Carol struggled with this too. She thought her fatigue was just part of aging, but here's what she didn't realize. Fatigue is often a symptom of poor habits, not age. Things like inconsistent sleep, lack of movement, and poor hydration can all contribute to feeling sluggish. If you're always feeling tired, it's time to take a closer look at what's really causing it. Are you drinking enough water? Dehydration can make you feel exhausted without even realizing it. Are you getting restful sleep? Poor sleep quality leads to brain fog, lack of motivation, and increased stress on your body. Are you moving enough during the day? Ironically, the less you move, the more tired you feel. Here's what you can do. Hydrate. Many people mistake dehydration for fatigue, so make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Improve your sleep habits. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, and avoid screens before bedtime since the blue light interferes with your sleep hormones. Move your body. It may seem counterintuitive, but adding small amounts of movement to your day will actually boost your energy rather than drain it. When Carol made these changes, she was shocked at how much better she felt. Instead of dragging herself through the day, she found herself waking up with more energy and motivation. She realized that aging wasn't what was slowing her down. It was her habits. Fatigue doesn't have to be your reality. If you make these small adjustments, you'll begin to notice a difference in your energy levels within just a few days. Your mindset matters more than you think. If there's one thing that separates people who age with strength and vitality from those who struggle, it's their mindset. The way you think about aging directly affects how you experience it. Carol had spent years believing she was too old to exercise, too old to learn new things, and too old to make changes. But when she started challenging these beliefs, everything changed. She stopped seeing age as a limitation and started seeing it as an opportunity to take better care of herself. Once she did that, her body followed. If you believe you're too old to improve, you'll prove yourself right. But if you believe you're capable of change, you'll prove yourself right about that too. The choice is yours. You are not too old to move, regain your strength, or feel good again. And you're certainly not too old to live life on your own terms. Here's my challenge to you. Start today. Make one small change, whether it's drinking more water, stretching in the morning, or simply standing up more often. Every small action you take today is an investment in your future self. And trust me, your future self will thank you. Improve your sleep. Carol had made up her mind. She wasn't going to let age slow her down. She started walking more, drinking more water, and paying attention to her sleep. She was feeling better, but something was still holding her back. She was still waking up groggy some mornings, and some days her legs felt heavier, like they didn't want to move. In the afternoon, she'd feel that familiar wave of exhaustion creeping in. That's when she discovered one of the biggest, most overlooked factors in aging well: sleep. Most people don't realize just how much sleep controls everything, from energy levels to memory to mobility. It's not just about resting, it's about rebuilding. Every night, your body goes through a deep repair process. It strengthens muscles, restores energy, and even sharpens your brain. But if your sleep is poor, that process is interrupted. Carol started looking into her sleep habits, and what she found shocked her. She wasn't just getting older. Her body was running on empty because it wasn't getting the chance to recover. Does this sound familiar? Waking up multiple times a night, tossing and turning, or feeling tired even after a full night's sleep? You might think it's just part of aging, but the truth is, you have more control over your sleep than you realize. Here's what Carol did to transform her nights, and you can do the same. Set a sleep schedule. Go to bed at the same time every Judy, and wake up at the same time every morning. It sounds simple, but your body thrives on routine. Create a wind-down ritual. Turn off electronics an hour before bed, dim the lights, and even take a warm bath to help your body relax. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. No screens, no bright lights, just a calm and restful space. Within a week, Carol started waking up feeling refreshed instead of drained. Her mind was clearer, her body felt stronger, and she had more energy throughout the day. This is your reminder: you deserve deep, restful sleep. Don't let poor sleep rob you of your strength and vitality. Try these simple changes and see the difference for yourself. The hidden danger of sitting. If I asked you how much time you spend sitting each day, what would you say? A few hours? Maybe 5? Now double that. Most people don't realize just how much time they spend sitting, whether it's during meals, watching TV, scrolling on a phone, or just relaxing. Sitting has become the default position for so much of our lives. Carol was no exception. She thought she was staying active enough. After all, she took short walks and moved around the house. But when she started tracking how much she actually sat, she was shocked. On an average day, she spent over 8 hours sitting. Here's the scary part. The longer you sit, the harder it is to get back up. When you sit for long periods, your blood circulation slows down, your muscles weaken, your flexibility decreases, and over time, these effects add up. That's why simple movements like getting up from a chair or climbing stairs start to feel harder than they used to. Carol didn't want that to happen to her, and I'm sure you don't either. So here's what she did, and what you can do starting today. Stand up every hour. Set a reminder if you have to. Even just standing up and stretching for a minute makes a huge difference. Walk while doing everyday activities. Carol started marching in place while brushing her teeth, pacing around the house while on the phone, and even stretching while watching TV. Make movement a habit. Don't force yourself into intense workouts. Instead, look for small ways to move throughout the day. Park farther from the store, take the stairs instead of the elevator, or even dance to your favorite song in the kitchen. Within weeks, Carol's body felt lighter. Her legs moved more easily, and best of all, she didn't feel trapped by her own stiffness anymore. Movement is the key to keeping your independence. The longer you sit still, the harder it will be to move. But you have the power to change that. Start now. Move a little more today than you did yesterday, and your future self will thank you. The one thing you're probably missing: everyday Carol was feeling better than ever. She was sleeping well, moving more, and regaining control over her energy. But there was still one thing missing. Something she hadn't realized was affecting everything from her bones to her mood. One afternoon, as she sat on her porch, Carol realized that despite all the progress she'd made, she still felt a little off. There were days when her joints felt stiff, her mood dipped, and she couldn't quite put her finger on why. That's when her doctor asked her a simple question that changed everything. How often do you go outside? Carol thought about it. Sure, she took short walks, but most of her day was spent indoors, reading, watching TV, or doing chores. She had never considered that staying inside too much could actually be making her feel worse. What she learned next shocked her. Most people know that sunlight helps the body produce vitamin D, but they don't realize just how essential it is, especially as we age. Vitamin D plays a huge role in keeping bones strong, muscles flexible, and joints pain-free. Without enough of it, bones weaken, falls become more likely, and movement starts to feel stiff and difficult. As we get older, our ability to produce vitamin D naturally decreases. That means if you're not getting enough sun, your body is missing out on one of the most powerful free health boosters available. Carol decided to put this to the test. Every morning, she stepped outside for just 10 minutes. No complicated routine, no extra effort. Just sitting on her porch and letting the sunlight touch her skin. Within weeks, she felt the difference. Her mood lifted, her joints felt looser, and she even started sleeping better. Science backs this up. Studies show that regular exposure to sunlight improves sleep, mood, immune function, and even brain health. So, how much time do you spend outdoors? If your answer is not much, it's time to make a change. Here's how you can start feeling the benefits today. Aim for 10-15 minutes of sunlight each day. Morning sun is best, but any time of day is better than none. Make it part of your daily routine. Drink your coffee outside, take a short walk after lunch, or simply sit by a window where sunlight can reach you. Protect your skin by wearing sunscreen if you'll be outside for longer periods. Carol couldn't believe how much of a difference such a simple habit made. She was finally starting to feel like herself again, stronger, happier, and more energetic. But she wasn't done yet. While sunlight helped her feel better, she knew there was still one more thing to do to keep her body moving with ease.